time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace and former Ottawa Senator Jason York.
Let's welcome in one of the most entertaining guys that I've ever covering the Ottawa Senators, Christoph Schubert, live from Germany.
What's going on, boys?
How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Great. It's good to see you. I know we saw each other a couple of years ago, but always fun to see you. Always a huge smile. What are you up to these days?
Well, I am actually an assistant coach here right now in my old junior team in Landshut, Bavaria. The team is playing in the second league of Germany, and I'm taking care of the defense and power play. And our goal is to move up in the DEL anytime soon.
What do the boys go? What's your handle? Is it Coach Schuby or is it Schuby or what do the guys call you?
Schuby.
Just Schuby, eh? Are you?
Yeah.
Let's not rethink this. Yeah.
Let's not read.
Don't be crazy here now to call me like my mother's name. Like, I know when somebody calls me Christoph, I'm in really big trouble. That's either my wife or it's my mom. So let's leave it like that.
You a players coach, Schuby? The boys come
absolutely.
Talk to you, or are you a hard ass?
No, I think you gotta find a good mix. Like in the end, it's a game, and obviously, I don't know, over 1,200 games I play professional games. I think there will be something stuck in my head to show these guys to help him out. And obviously, you try to help, you try to make him better, and then obviously it's up to them if they want to take it. I take it, but no, I'm a player's coach, I would say, but sometimes I'm hard but fair.
You are for a long time. You were the greatest German player to ever play for the Ottawa Senators.
Yes, that was a tough one.
You have just a little bit been overshadowed by the arrival of Tim Stützle. I'm just curious of what's he like back home? Is he highly regarded back home in Germany? Is there a lot of talk about him as they watch him play?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, if you look at him, the career he started even here in Germany as a 17-year-old in Mannheim, coming over to Ottawa, put a big smile on everybody's face, the way he played, the way he produces, and the type of person he is. I think, and especially now with social media and everything, there's not a day that you don't hear anything about Timmy. So I'm just really, really happy for him that he's performing that well, get used to it that quick, and he's still a young kid, and he still try to learn and get better and better every day.
Yeah. Do you know him at all?
Yeah, good question.
I met him 2 years ago when I was still assistant coach on a different team, but they were both teams that worked together. And when we had training camp in Mannheim, then he was on the ice with Moritz Seider and all these guys. So that's why we got to know each other a little bit, talked about Ottawa a little bit. So I'm not saying we were close, but we know each other.
All right. So we all know Timmy's great and Timmy's awesome and he's like an unbelievable player. But could Timmy Stützle play both forward and D like another German I know? Like, come on, let's give this guy his due here. You want him to play forward? He played forward. You want him to play D? He played D. And he did both extremely well, Schuby. Like
thanks, Yorkie.
I love Schuby. You'd go into the dressing room. This is when I first started getting in the media, and Schuby would just tell you what he thought. Maybe good, maybe bad. So looking back, Schuby, I know we talked about this off air. Any regrets at all?
Well, isn't it the best thing just to say
yes
what's up? Like, why would I lie about stuff? And obviously now that we chatted before, now, what is it, almost 15 years later, maybe I have a little different thoughts about this whole thing back in the day. I'm not saying I didn't like to play forward, because I think I made it fun for everyone. I just accepted my role. Did I always wanted to be a full-time defenseman? Well, yeah, of course, because I'm an original defenseman. But now, if I look back, just shut your mouth and play. Go out there and have some fun. And you know, I had a big believer in me, and it was Brian Murray. So he used me whenever he needed me or wherever he needed me, and the same with John Paddock. And then obviously that's why I have all these years in Ottawa, and I think I've done an okay job.
What was your reaction when they said, well, we want you to play forward or whatever originally? Were you just like, now I will say, I'll be straight up. Ian Mendes and I would sometimes give nicknames to players. We may have called you Pissed Off Schubert.
That's pretty good.
See? And you never told me this. And that's the difference between me and you. Like Yorkie just said it. I was always straight up, right?
Yeah.
And now 15 years later, you come up because you sit on the other side of the ocean. Now you can tell me that, say. No, the whole reason what happened was we were playing in Carolina, and there was some health issues with Chris Neal's mom that day, and he had to leave. So he flew back to Ottawa, and there wasn't enough time somebody to call up, and Brian came to me. He's like, "Shoot, I need you up front. Did you ever done that?" I said, "Well, yeah, when I was 12. He's like, "Yeah, well, you're here long enough. You know your job. Go in there, have some fun, and then let's see what's coming, like how it works, and then we go from there." And then I just remember there was a game. I think my first shift, I created a 2-on-1 with Fishy. Then I had another almost like a 3-on-2 with Peter Schaefer and Fishy. So for some reason it worked out. And then obviously it was for Brian the best solution. He's like, "Oh, I don't need to go to the minors. I just have somebody here." And then for me to accept it, it took a while, but I was just happy to play.
Problem was, Schuby, when you got up there and you got on the forecheck and you got those feet going, you hammered a few guys. If I'm a coach, I'm like, man, this guy's creating some space out there. So you played, you know what, you showed something because you laid some pretty good hits. I remember I first started doing media at the time, and you would get it. And I always find this about defensemen, right? You kind of know where to put the puck, where you can put a defenseman in a bad spot to get him. Like you just know those little things, and you use them, right?
Absolutely. And that was made it fun for me then. You know, like I wasn't a tough guy. Like I wasn't fighting, but I knew I'm gonna put the puck somewhere, and then I'm just not gonna stop. Like that's why the boards are there. So if somebody's between, that was my goal. If not, but that was part of the game back in the day. Let's be honest. And we had some pretty big guys in the league back in the day. And if that was part of my job as a fourth liner, to go in there and create some space.
Schuby, you were a part of obviously that really good team in 07. And we had we just celebrated the pizza line here. They had a big night here the other night. For Heater was back in town. It was great to see Danny Heatley, got a great ovation. How much fun was it to play on those teams?
No, it was the best time ever. Like if you look at especially the pizza line, I heard Gratz talking about it the other day. Like sometimes we had the best seats in the house when these three guys went nuts out there. So you just sit there and you're like, oh, thank God they're on our team. So no, obviously there's nothing you can say about Alfie. Alfie is just an absolute hero. Spez was the absolute playmaker. Really, really good guy, like even down in Binghamton. And then obviously, if you have a sniper like Heater, like I got along with everyone. So it was just fun. It was fun. And especially Alfie taught me a lot. And then Spez with his long stick, his old wood sticks he still used to have. And then Heater is Heater. So there's nothing more to say about him.
Schuby, I just caught you. You said when you saw Gratz, so you actually watch our show, don't you?
No, yeah. If I have time, and then for some reason I pop in once in a while. But like I said before, like I even let a comment in on your on the chat group there, but no response from Wally. So
Wally, who the fuck? Okay, like Schuby's responding on the chat, and you're not getting back to him?
So
Well,
I don't know that Christoph Schubert is in.
Well, it said Schuby, for God's sake.
You can't even work the YouTube chat. How do I know that Christoph Schubert
Listen,
is in
my
the
job
chat?
is to tell stories and engage with guys like Schuby. Your job is to make sure if Schuby comes in on the chat, you respond back to him, for God's sake.
I promise from now on, every time you comment, I will make sure I respond.
Well, it's too late now.
You fucking blew it. Damn it. So who thinks I should do a poll? There's no one that would think that Christoph Schubert is in the YouTube chat.
Well, who else is called Schuby?
Anybody can make their name Schuby.
Well, it's obviously you didn't
Come
pay attention.
on. Nobody would
Well,
ever do that.
Listen, people have asked for you multiple times to be on the show.
For me?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Took you a while to reach out to me then.
I couldn't get your number.
Oh, sorry. I gave it to you 2 years ago. Sorry, pal.
Why didn't you just? Well, you just got to ask me. Schuby and I follow each other on Twitter. I just would have DM'd him. I would have got him on the show, for God's sake. Come on.
So I sent you a text like a year ago, and you're like, "I'm busy coaching," and then
sorry, yeah, because you asked me for that day, and I couldn't.
I don't think this is at all true, but I will. I apologize. Damn it! I'm never getting into the good guys club.
Schuby's in.
Well, you have oh my God. What's about this good guys club? I heard about something
we're
the
gonna.
other day.
We're gonna.
You
Schuby,
messed that
you
one
know
up
what?
again too, eh, Wally?
I'm glad we got you on, because I think we need to expand this and have like a German chapter. I think you're the guy to do it. You're the guy to do it.
I'm in.
We're still working on this guy right here, Schuby. He's got a lot of work to do.
Schuby would be a member, because I heard you took care of guys on the road. You were always looking out, maybe even starting the parties, if you will. Always front and center to take care of. Yeah.
No. I never started parties.
Well, then did you finish them?
Sometimes. No, just kidding.
You guys had a great time. Like that team assembled between like 05 and 08 was fun. Like it was a group of fun guys. Like Brian McGrattan and you. Like I just know that there was a lot of times you guys just enjoyed being around one another. And when you're winning like that, it helps, right? Like there's Gratz and Neeler.
Look at these two and me, little baby next to them. That's unbelievable.
Look at the size of Gratz. He's so big.
And Schuby, you're like, what are you?
Schuby ain't small.
210?
Like back in the day, I was there. I had 230 on me.
Look at that.
Wow.
But you can't. Don't forget, Gratz and I. We were roommates in Binghamton on the road.
Oh yeah.
So we had some yeah.
So
fun nights.
So what can you tell me about Brian McGrattan?
Well, probably one of the nicest mans I ever known. Obviously, the toughest ever. Yeah. Like this is something I have highly respect for what Gratz did his whole career. So no, me and Gratz, we got along really well. Obviously, we played a long time together, and like I just said, we were roommates on the road. And no, I try to follow him up. Obviously, with it's tough sometimes. Me being over here in Europe, these guys over there. He was in Calgary for quite a bit, so I would just love when I'm gonna be back in Canada to catch up with him. Same with the other guys. Like once in a while, when I'm in Ottawa, I see Neeler, and it's always fun to see him. Luke Robitaille I saw the other day. Yeah, the last time I was there. Yeah. So it's always fun to see the old teammates.
But we'll help you get set up. I'm always out to help everybody get organized. We saw Brian McGrattan fight like a lot in the NHL, but you had a front row seat to the AHL, which was a whole different world. I'm curious of what it was like to watch him playing in the A.
But there wasn't really much big difference. Like honestly, he went out, absolutely crushed people, and then because he was a good skater. Like a lot of people always think he's just a fighter. No, that guy could play hockey too, and no, he was been flying around. Like I was his defenseman then, so obviously I knew where I have to put the puck in so he can go for a forecheck. But as soon as he got challenged quite a bit, And then he stood his man, and trust me, he was absolutely destroying people in the A, like unbelievable.
Your first game in the NHL is against Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, an 8-0 win. Heatley and Spets and Alfie were tearing it up. Did you think, man, like this is kind of fun?
Yeah, and I don't know how much time we have. If you think about the whole story, what happened before, so obviously they weren't sure if they're gonna keep me or Messi, right? And beginning of
Andre
the year.
Mazzaros, for those people.
Andre Mazzaros, yeah, sorry.
That's
and
all right.
then then the whole deal was, if I don't make the team, I would be able to go back to Germany. And then they cut me basically for practice. And then I know you had an interview with me to say, "Oh, Schub, you didn't make the team again. You're a bum. And I wish you all the best. It was nice to meet you." Then the whole thing was, I went to practice. I don't remember practice because I was so upset. I was really almost crying and this and that, and didn't make it again. And then Brian called me in. He said, "Schub, we're going to keep you." And then we had another interview, me and you. He said, "Schub, you're great." So I was like, okay, now what? And then obviously I was the extra guy, and I knew that. And then I think I had to wait 7 or 8 games before I got my first NHL game. And yeah, that's something you're never gonna forget. In Toronto, hockey night in Canada, starting 6. You're like, okay, here we go. That's gonna be fun. So that was awesome. I have to admit, that was pretty sick.
And that team was, I mean, it was just rolling. It was, what was it like in the room?
No,
it seemed like mostly everybody got along. I mean, I'm sure there's some that didn't, but for the most part, it seemed everybody enjoyed everybody.
Well, if there was somebody who didn't get along with anyone, I didn't get that message. No, that room was just absolutely insane. Like, this is something I've not even close. Like, yeah, there was a close teams. We had some good teams back then after too, when I was back here in Europe. But that's, if you have a good bunch of guys in the room, if you have no like big issues, then if you start rolling, man, there's nothing they can stop you. And if you think about the type of players we have, Zdeno Chara was still there, Wade Redden, obviously Chris Phillips, Alfie, all these guys, Neela Fishy. That was amazing.
Shuby, we had Dono on the show the other day, Sean Donovan, and what a beauty, eh? One of the best. Like,
well, he still has those heater jeans or no?
He's got, he just wore he wore the jean right off him. He wore them so much. Those were his number ones. But he said exactly what you said with good teams, and you're coaching now, so you probably see it the same thing. It was a little different back then, but it's like he said, like, when guys just start playing for one another and you guys are going out and you're having fun and there's a few scraps in practice and everybody's just keeping everybody accountable. And you just have that thing. You just get it when you're on one of those teams, right? And it just seemed you guys, especially in 2007, had that team. I know Donald came the next year after, but it's always that way with good teams, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So, and that's like a big thing for me, to keep everybody accountable on the ice. But I want these guys to have fun inside the dressing room. So spend time together, have a laugh, chirp each other, but in a positive way. So, and this is what I'm trying to, go into the dressing room. If everybody has because we lost a game, and I said, listen, keep your chin up, smile. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun, yes, but just do your job. Everything will be fine, and just go back to the basics. And then, you're going to rip a couple jokes here and there, and then all you want is those guys to smile. They want to enjoy their time in the dressing room. This is what we did. Like, I don't know how many hours we spent in the dressing room. Like, nobody wanted to leave, and this is something special.
Shuby, I had to do a thing because I coached junior A for a while, a little different than pro. I know the guys are older. I actually had to do a team rule. Guys, you got to check your phones when you come in. putting your phones in this little pouch. Everybody had a little pouch. So when they came into the room, guys weren't on their phones, and we were talking and telling stories. Things have changed, haven't they, as far as the guys coming in and just being in the moment?
But we do the same thing here. Like,
really?
we told the guys, like, you have your changing room in the back, leave your phone back there. Now you're here. Now it's work time. Like, your wife is okay, your kid is okay. If something goes on, trust me, they will give us a call. We let you know. But right now it's your work. So go in here. You're supposed to have fun at your work. Keep your phone back there. You're not going to miss anything. Nothing. You will have enough time on Instagram afterwards or whatever it is. You're not going to miss anything. So we do this here. We do the same thing here with the pros.
Crazy, eh? It's crazy. Times have changed.
By the way, I meant to bring this up earlier. Have you tried, or has Chris Neil pranked you, or have you pranked Chris Neil?
I would never prank Chris Neil. No, I was too scared. No, but I don't know if he did something to me. Like, in the end, I think I got lucky. I think I got lucky on that one. He always left me out. So no, maybe he has something in his mind, but not that I remember. Thank God.
Okay, were you there the day that? Were you there still when Chris Campoli was on the team? Yeah.
Yeah.
That he chased. They went after Campoli.
Yeah. But I don't know what really happened. I only heard it afterwards too. Like, that wasn't too. It wasn't too funny for Chris. So
no,
he was scared. Like, he was literally scared Nealer was going to beat him up, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the story again, Wally? Like, what did Campoli do to him?
He put his clothes in the shower or cut his pants. I think he put his clothes in the shower. I can't remember which one it was. And he chased him down. I think he was like naked chasing him down the hallway. We're moving on before we get in trouble. We have pictures. We might just roll through these if something happens to jog your memory. Like, I went through a bunch just to see things that were always interesting. Playing against Sidney Crosby in the playoffs. I'm wondering what that was like for you. I think that's his first playoff series, if I'm not mistaken. That's 07, 05.
06, right?
Maybe 06.
That's his first series when we beat Pittsburgh 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I remember, this is something actually a really, really cool thing for me, because obviously I was playing forward and D, and Brian always put me out against him.
Really?
Yeah, especially on PK. So that was something I was really, really proud about, that they didn't really have anything. So that's actually really a cool story for myself, because I just remember, I think the year after, I think they rolled over us 4-0 in the playoffs. So that wasn't the best time, but no, I really enjoyed playing against him, especially. Listen, this is Sidney Crosby. He was an 18-year-old. He came fresh to the league, and I think he had 100 points that year or something like that. So everybody knew how good he would be, and obviously our goal was to shut him down, him and Evgeny Malkin and all these guys. So yeah, that's just a really, really cool thing for me, especially back then. That was a really fun time to play against these guys.
And this is what I love about this picture here with Schuby. Schuby always played the game from the tips. So never mind trying to go stick on puck here on one of the best players. Schuby's just going for the big hit right here. He's lining them right up. Okay? You're loading up, ready to just try and destroy Sid the Kid here.
Get him off the puck. Not with the stick on it, like we have to do now. But I was ready. I was ready.
I think I know why, but I know why Brian put you out against, because you could always skate. Like, I remember you could get up and down the ice pretty friggin' good, and the speed was one of the best parts of your game.
Man, like the other day, I don't know if we have time, but the other day, one of my players came up to me and he's like, "Shub, I got a question for you." I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" I said, "What was with your breakaway against Philly in Ottawa?"
I was just going to ask you about this.
Did you really? I was like, listen, are you kidding me right now? I was like, did you see the whole clip? He's like, yeah, I was dying. I was like, yeah, thanks. What do you think how I felt on the ice when I got absolutely smoked by
Mike Richards?
Oh, man. I was so embarrassed that time. So embarrassed.
Really, eh?
Well, the thing is, I fly, like, honestly, from the D zone into the O zone. And then the last defenseman, he falls down. And I was happy to make that left turn somehow so I can get in front of the net. And out of nowhere, that puck just stopped. And I was like, I didn't even get a shot on that. I was like, this is embarrassing.
It's like it hit water.
Absolutely embarrassing.
Wally, we got to get, where's the clip? We got Jake to get that up.
Yeah, you sent it to. I watched it. I wasn't going to put it in the show because I didn't want to.
Oh, you got it?
You.
Go ahead. It's okay.
No, somebody sent it to me, and now I don't have it available. But Mike Richards just fills you in where you did. Did you hit your head on the crossbar?
No, thank God. I got lucky on that part. But as soon as I was laying there after I got smoked, I was like, what the hell just happened here? Like, I just said, I'm going to be on the highlight reel for sure, for not even have a breakaway pretty much and have no shot on net and get absolutely smoked.
Still, though, I don't know if you guys have seen the one clip. You guys ever seen the clip of Dennis Weidman in the shootout?
Yeah.
When he goes in, not only doesn't he get a shot, he wipes out in the corner after. Like, so you're okay, Schuby. I think that one still takes the cake.
Yeah, but no, like you said there, for some reason, for my size, I was actually...
You could skate.
I could skate. Yeah.
Oh, you were very good. Okay, as I'm trying to do two things at once here, I'll see if I don't know if Jake can get this in time, but we'll work on it. Is playing with Ray Emery.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys played a lot of hockey together. What it was like with him.
Same. Like, honestly, at the times we had him and bringing him together, obviously we kind of got to know each other. For me, it was everything new. I just came fresh over from Germany. My English wasn't the best and everything. And obviously we have a guy like Razor. He was always there for me. And, we had our battles too, because sometimes, I took some slap shots at him and I hit him at the wrong spot in his glove. And he wasn't happy with me. And then I just remember one time we were in Syracuse. We always had the same routine, obviously in warm-up, right? So I take a half clapper from the blue line, always in his glove. But I hit him inside his glove again, where he always, I don't know, it just hurt him. And then next time I come around the ice and I look up, back in the day still, obviously Mr. Cool Guy, no bucket on in warm-up. I see this puck is right here. So he shot a puck at me in warm-up, and I just ducked, so he missed me because he got so mad at me. No. From that point on, I was like, okay, no slap shots anymore for Razor and warm-up.
Right in the pads, just 2 feet off the ice. Right there you go, Razor.
Yeah, and it wasn't just a warm-up shot.
Imagine if that would have hit you.
It was just to warm you.
Imagine if that would have got you in warm-up. Just get a couple zippers, puck in the head of the warm-up. Oh,
I'd be dead. Seriously. Like,
hey,
it was right here, and I just and it just
how good was, because we did a little fun thing the other day. I don't know if you saw the show. We put together our 25th. It was the last 25 years, our Sens first line and second line teams, and I made a little bit of a case for Emery. I know he wasn't here as long as some guys, but that 2007 run, how good was he in the playoffs that year?
Oh, he was obviously unbelievable. Like, if you look at the record, like, if I get that straight, we had Pittsburgh 4-0. I think Jersey 4-1.
Everything was 4-1 the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
No. So I think that says enough. So not only as a team, but obviously your goaltender has to be the best, right? And he did a hell of a job. And 4-1 each series. And if you think about the Buffalo at home, you're not supposed to lose. So then you had to go into Buffalo one more time. Like, stuff like that. Like, he was unbelievable. Maybe he wasn't like, how would you say that? The most technique guy or whatever it is, back and forth or sideways, but he stopped the freaking puck. So that was his job, and it doesn't matter how he did it. And obviously, his presence when he was staying inside the net is like, wow, he made it tough for everyone. And even he was this. What was it with Brian and with Ray? Like I think we played almost 6 years together, like from Binghamton up, or seven with Ottawa. So obviously we actually went on a little vacation trip together, us three, back in the day once. So yeah, we got along really well.
Where'd you guys go?
Wait a sec. Is this after the 07 Cup run, and was it on a private jet that Emery had booked and went to this, like, the Caribbean?
I wasn't there.
Okay, because that's an epic trip apparently.
I wasn't invited in that one.
Because I heard it was a good time. Anyway, sorry, go on. What was your trip?
Oh, it was All-Star break. We went to Vegas.
Oh boy.
Okay.
The room goes silent.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Let's leave it like that.
Speaking of goaltenders, what do you remember about Dominik Hasek and not coming back to play?
Wow. What do you want me to say? Like, apparently he was hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got. I didn't get any more information. So, but to play with him, like, he's still an absolute legend, obviously.
Absolutely.
I had the best time with him because the one story was I wasn't allowed to shoot as hard on Razor anymore. So I tried to do that on Dom, and he's like, Schuby, shoot. I was like, well, sorry, you're Dom Hasek. He's like, yeah, that's my job. So it was always funny when we had those shooting drills on Razor. I kind of left off, and but on Dom, I had to, full tilt clapper at him. So he liked it.
Really?
And, oh yeah.
Interesting.
Like, shoot, if you don't shoot like that in the game, like, how am I supposed to get better? I was like, okay. And I just remembered I took the first clap. I hit him right off the shoulder. I was like, Jesus. I thought he went down. He's like, what? The shot is too hard, so I don't need to go down anymore. I said, okay, here we go. But no, it was fun. I enjoyed my time with him.
We would watch, after he came back from the Olympics with the adductor injury, him in practice, and he looked fine. But after he was done, once he got really into it, he looked fine, and we're all like, well, how is he not playing? And then I know about the meeting with, I think it's Alfie Phillips and Reds, that in Buffalo, like, they plead with him just to stand in the net to get the win, and he refused to go in.
See, this is something what went straight by me.
Wow.
I've never heard about that. I never heard about that. They had a meeting, anything.
They pleaded with him going into Game 5.
Okay.
You just stand there and we'll take care of it. And he still didn't want to play.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll move. One day I'll get the full story, but that's basically what the gist of it is. You scored on Dominik Hasek at the 2006 Olympics, I think it is.
In Italy.
If I have the picture correct. Jake will get it in a sec. But I do have the photo. You played twice in the Olympics, and then you played, I wrote it down somewhere, 6 world championships.
Yes.
The international game was fun to play.
Yes.
For the most part, right? Like, you enjoyed it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had 6 world championships and 2 Olympics and 1 World Cup.
Favorite memory?
So it was fun. Oh yeah. Listen, if you're able to, if you have a chance to play a national team, it's always fun.
Yeah.
And every time we had a chance, or I had a chance to play the World Championships, I was always there. So it didn't matter for me. I was just happy to play hockey, and didn't matter for me what time of the year it was. And obviously, if we didn't make the playoffs, if we lost in the playoffs, and Team Germany still wanted me to help them out, I was gone right away, and obviously play for them. So no, I always enjoyed my time for the national teams.
I'll jump back to the NHL playoffs for you because the 07 Cup run, you played all 20 games. What's your memory of that run?
Yeah, like I just said before, it was absolutely amazing. The team we had, the team chemistry we had, everybody knew what their job is. Everybody knew what the other guy was doing. It was just an absolutely amazing time. And if I remember correctly, I really think that the big break what we had after the Buffalo series, we had to wait and wait and wait until we knew who we were going to play. I think that just took the steam out of us. And because we were rolling. Like, let's be honest, we were absolutely rolling, and that's a nice picture right there. Yeah, that sums it up right there, eh?
For a small fee, I will send you the picture.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. No, but I really think that kind of broke our neck right there.
Yeah, it was a 12
days. I think 12 with 13 days break.
From the 19th, you played the last game against Buffalo on the 19th, and then May 28th was game 1.
Yeah,
a long time. I have a picture from the playoffs. Once I just want to ask about.
Sure.
I'm just curious your reaction to seeing this picture playing against Pittsburgh, Jake. I don't even have just a playoff picture of that one.
Is that Wally Vision using that? Is that you with the camera taking that picture, Wally?
I saw this. I love this picture. I think it's great playing in the igloo.
It is.
Looks like they're dancing.
Looks like I'm gonna fall right over. So it's like, oh, yeah. I guess I missed them.
Shuby, I wanted to ask you this. So
yeah,
you were part of that team. You went to the finals. They ended up in Atlanta. Like, you played one more year with the Sens. Why did you decide to go over? Because you were still fairly young to go over and play in Europe and stay in Europe. Like, what happened there?
Oh, I didn't want to leave. When I got waived, obviously that whole stuff, and same thing with, like, Brian always said, Schubert, I don't know why you're not playing here. You know, under me, you always be on the ice. So I think Corey Clouston was the coach. For some reason, apparently he didn't like me for some reason. So he's like, Schuby, I want you to play. So, and then he put me on this waiver list. And then I guess there were a couple other teams interested. So I ended up in Atlanta. And I got nothing bad to say about Atlanta. And I was playing and everything. But I tore my PCL just before the Olympics. And then I torn my hip muscle off the bone. And those two factors right there was apparently good enough for other teams not to give me a deal anymore. And that's why I had to make a call, because the only thing I got was PTOs. And I was like, okay, I play 5 years now. I think I proved that I can play. And now I only get like invitation for training camp. Then obviously I wasn't really happy about that. And that's why I went over to Sweden, because why Sweden? There's a lot of scouts, and I try to go back into, my playing style and get back into shape and stuff like that. But I guess it was mentally for me, I got screwed. So, and that just took it right from there. And then I knew I only signed a 3-month deal in Gothenburg, with my hope to come back around Christmas time in the NHL, and then it didn't happen. So that's why I went back. Went to Hamburg.
You went back and played in Germany, and you finished your career. Yeah, because you weren't that old yet, eh, Shuby?
No, I was 30.
Wow,
29 or something like that.
Yeah, interesting though, because it's the Brian Murray was the guy. So listen, you need to play. So you had a great relationship with Brian, eh?
Yeah, I did.
So was it not a bonus, but was it considered a compliment to put you on waivers, if you will? I'm trying to find the right word, but were you okay to go on waivers?
Well, he came up, like, he brought me in his office. He's like, Shuby, like, I don't want you to sit here in the stands like this. You don't deserve that. So I want you to go out. I want you to play and show everyone what you are capable of doing. So what are my choices? Sit in the stands under Corey, or to go find another team that actually want me and give me a chance to prove myself that I can play in the NHL? So that wasn't really a choice, I would say.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave. Like, I've never asked for anything to get traded or whatsoever. Not once in my life.
No, it was just sorry, Yorkie, but it's not very often you get told or you hear someone going on waivers as a way to help someone's career. So I just thought that was a pretty good thing.
Well, obviously, Brian liked how Schuby played and liked the inside, and you got to play. And then for me, it's unfortunate. That ends a lot of guys' careers in NHL. Schuby, you get that couple injuries in a row, and all of a sudden the big white flag comes up. Oh, this guy's damaged goods, and then before you know it. But I wanted to ask you about Clouston, because he had a tough time here in Ottawa. What was it that Clouston that just rubbed guys the wrong way?
He never talked to anyone.
Gotcha.
And I never had one meeting with him. Not once.
Really?
No, not once. Like, he had his opening meeting at beginning of the year. He went out to practice. Yeah, but a one-on-one, not once.
Yeah, so no communication with the guys.
No.
And again, I don't know if there was big talk with Alfie. I guess I would hope so, that he would at least talk to Alfie or Philly. But I can only talk about my situation. I didn't have one talk with him.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, it's too bad. You played for Dave Cameron as well, who now is going to coach the World Junior team once again here in Ottawa. Your thoughts playing for Dave in the A?
It was good. Because obviously him and John Paddock, they kind of did it together. And the idea what they had back in the day was kind of cool, because after every, let's say, loss we had, the other guy was the head coach the next game. So I think to get Dave into the rhythm, how it is being a head coach and stuff. So it was a really cool idea. And I got with Dave along really well. So I had no issues with him whatsoever. He's straight. He's tough on you, but he's fair, and this is stuff I like. So tell me if I mess up. Tell me if you want to tell me something good. But I had no issues with him.
Yeah, it's amazing when a coach is just, whether you agree with him or don't agree, if he's straight up with you and you just know, right? When you just put it out there, right?
Yeah. And you can still hate him to that point and say, listen, you're an idiot. You're absolutely wrong. But then you go home, you talk to or make your own thoughts about it. And okay, you might be right. So then you're like, then you can go up to him in a clean sheet and say, listen, Dave, I thought about it. You're right. So now I understand what you talked about.
Wally, who was the coach that had win in, you're in? Was that Paddock?
That's Paddock.
That was Paddock. Win in, you're in for the goalies, right? It got that bad.
Because that's Marty Gerber and Emery, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Win in, you're in.
Nobody understood if Marty Gerber could stop the puck or not. Darth Gerber.
Darth Gerber.
His Gerbs wasn't a bad goalie.
In Ottawa, he was not a great goalie, and you never had a guy step up to be the number one. So that's what Paddock, he just wanted somebody, please, just stop the puck. That's what it was. There was no faith in Ottawa for Martin Gerber.
He had my faith.
I always liked Darth Gerber.
Okay, we'll move on. I have one last picture I want to show to you, because I can't for the life of me understand what is happening. I believe you played for one of the best nickname teams I can think of, the Crocodiles. This might be with the Freezers, though. What is in this photo that is taking place? Because I don't understand.
Wow, Wally, that happens when you ever come to Germany and watch a team winning. No, that's basically a row. So the fans, obviously, you know how the fans in Europe are. They're really into it, and they want to celebrate.
Awesome.
So after a win, you guys the team comes back out on the ice, and then you have to do, not always, but you have to do a rope kind of thing. So everybody, I start up, the whole team follows, and you kind of crawl around the ice a little bit, and everybody loves it. So that's where this picture comes from.
This is so good.
It's
I
a
just try
conga
to
line.
picture like Nathan McKinnon or I don't know Connor McDavid doing this. I just think
I love how the mascot's in the line there too. He's
Yeah,
third,
right in
he's
there.
third in line. He's right in there.
Oh, sorry. One last pick. I went through it. So this is your very first headshot of pro hockey.
Oh,
And then there's the bucket off for warm up. What would you tell that guy in the middle now as he enters the National Hockey League?
Enjoy, buddy. Have fun. Don't think, just play.
More peroxide.
Oh, Schuby,
Man, it looks good though. Don't tell me.
You look like $1 million. Have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie Bull Durham, Schuby?
No, I didn't, but
You
I can only imagine.
You gotta watch Bull Durham. The best line of the movie for the pitcher. It's like, don't think, meat. Don't think, just play. Don't think.
Yeah, see, here we go.
I love the hair, by the way.
Man, how old was I? I think I was 20 years old then, that picture.
I believe it's I think it's from 05, but it might be 02.
I think that must be 02.
After your draft.
Yeah.
Finally, do you have a big hit? Like, is there a favorite hit or moment for you in the National Hockey League?
Oh, well, now you got me off guard. No, not in a positive way, but in a negative way.
Oh,
there's one guy I couldn't get moving an inch. That was Chris Pronger. Man, in that finals, every time I had a chance, I will go in absolutely full speed. I didn't care about the puck. He didn't even flinch. That guy was a monster. Like, that was unbelievable. And that rattled me the whole playoffs. I was like, how are you not even moving? Like, this is unbelievable. So, but no, other than that, wow, that's tough. I love the fact that I think there was a Pittsburgh series when this Ryan Whitney and Sergei Goncha, I think that at some point Goncha stood up in the dressing room and said, "Can somebody stop this guy, like, please?" Because he wasn't too happy with me forechecking all the time. So I kind of got him off guard there. So I did my job.
That's funny. I love it. All right, Shuby, I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
I will always talk to you in the chat, and I would love to have you back on because I have more questions and pictures to ask you about.
Oh my God! Can you stop those pictures? I'm old now.
Great. They're great.
We'll have to get that video of the breakaway. I haven't seen that yet, so
it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Like you just got crushed. There was no thought of him playing the puck whatsoever.
No, hold on. Jake's we got the video, Shuby.
Oh,
no way.
Okay, here we go.
Look at it.
Here's Schubert. Schubert drives it in to the backhand. Cuts back. Schubert loses the puck. He's hammered into the net by Richards.
Just crushed.
Oh, and he's down.
Christoph Schubert is going to hit the back of his head on the crossbar.
But you have to watch the replay.
I know it takes a second. He loses the puck at his feet. I believe it's the back of his head. He takes off here. And
now watch him make that turn somehow.
And when he goes to cut across, he loses it. And right there, Richards drive his back of the head into the crossbar. Not on purpose. He's trying to get him out of the way of the net as he lost control of the puck. He looks down for it. Looks like maybe the back of his neck and shoulder going to his head.
Did Richards get a penalty on that?
Skating. No. Awesome tonight. We saw him on the last rush, and that one there, he just took it with authority.
Shuby, I don't think there's a penalty on that play, right?
Oh no, it was a clean hit.
But go back to the beginning of the clip. The speed off the beginning here. You take off like a rocket. Watch this. Gone.
Yeah. So now he falls down, and I was so happy to make this turn. With about 8G in my body, I was like, oh, I gotta make this.
What are you thinking when you're lying down there?
What's that?
What are you thinking when you're lying on the ice after like that? Just head down.
I didn't get a shot on net. I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, this is embarrassing. Like, look at that. I was like, I don't want to go behind the net. And then this puck just stopped, just absolutely stopped on me. And I was like, no freaking way. Seriously. Like, this is.
Yeah, right there. It's almost like, you know, at the beginning of the period when you get the wet ice and sometimes the puck just stops.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Oh, man.
So because there was, it looked like a horrific ending, did your teammates ever make fun of you?
Oh, yeah. Especially one guy.
Who is that?
Oh, no, it's Neeler.
No, Heater.
Oh, well, do tell.
Yeah. He probably doesn't remember it, but trust me, he gave it to me hard, but it's okay.
A lot of times, did the coaches ever put that on the video for the next day of when you're going over the next pregame? Guys, I got a special clip to show everybody here. So they
We got one highlight.
Oh boy, that was good.
I love it. Okay, Schuby, thank you. We'll chat.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Good luck this season. I hope you do manage to move up.
Thank you.
It'd be good. Appreciate it. Thanks, Schuby.
Appreciate it. All the best.
Thanks a lot.